There he is.
Hey.
There it goes.
Yeah. That's a beautiful sign.
It's too big to really play. But it's Wes's 40th birthday.
Happy birthday, Wes.
Thank you, gentlemen.
40th birthday.
Appreciate it.
Impressive. I mean,
You are.
There it is.
hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah.
And welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is episode 894. It's Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will to talk with you today about some more Ukraine, more of the Russia's war on Ukraine, as you guys probably guessed would be.
I want to know about it.
There's going to be a little bit more in today's cup of coffee, but also a bunch of other stuff too. So, yeah.
I have a bigger feud than that. I have a bigger feud than Ukraine-Russia to talk about.
What?
Yeah. To close the show in the rear.
Duke UNC?
You're going to be shocked.
And I've got something bigger that we need to be worrying about, quite frankly, in the TikTok International moment. So,
love to
pretty
learn.
scary stuff.
Wow. All this, all bigger and scarier and more intense than war.
Ukraine-Russia's old news.
You could say that.
Old hat. That's kind of what I did today with my segment. Is there's just too many interesting headlines that you got to know about. So it's old school lightning round.
Oh, nice.
Old school lightning round. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's a lightning round of very important information for today.
Yes.
Is that, yeah, it's Wes. It's Wes standing at the 40th.
There he is. There he is.
Hey.
There it goes.
That's a beautiful sign.
It's too big to
Look
really
at that.
play. But it's Wes's 40th birthday.
Happy birthday, Wes.
Thank you,
Wes's
gentlemen.
40th birthday.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I looked outside and all I could see was the back of the sign. I texted my girlfriend. I was like, "What is this? Who did this?"
Did you see him setting it up?
No, I didn't. I texted my girlfriend. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap, and she's like, "No, you can't." And I was like, "Jesus, what now?" And so she's like, "Just trust me." And so then I looked out the window, and there it was. And then Mark was like, "Come outside," and I was like, "Okay, here we go."
Yeah.
They did a great job.
It did. It's awesome.
The thing we used to say is we got to get this in before Wes turns 40. We've been saying that for 11 years, 12 years now, and I feel like hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
We got most of it in, yeah. We got most of the stuff we wanted to in, I think. The guy texted me, Wes, and he was like, because at first I had him setting it up on like Tuesday, and I was like, no, it's not going to work. Got to get it for the podcast, so I need it for Monday because your birthday's Tuesday, obviously. And then he texted me, and he's like, on Sunday afternoon, he's like, do you want me to put this up late night Sunday night in the cover of darkness? And I was like, that's probably a bad idea. It's like anytime Monday is fine.
The cover of dark.
It's so big though. Yeah, but it was so large. Like it would look like, so what the fuck's this guy doing to a yard at Sunday?
The dogs would have lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been. You got two presents out of it for yourself. The picture of Wes in front of the sign. Plus,
yeah, but I appreciate it.
Dangerous job in Texas. Someone come out with a gun.
Right. Yeah, no shit.
Nice. Well, right before your 40th birthday, Wes, you recorded the latest deep dive Hive Hour at patreon.com/hardfactor. What was the subject?
We covered old Richard Bruce Cheney, Dick Cheney.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dick.
Mr. Dick Cheney.
Tricky Dick. Nice. Get in that. That should be a good one.
Yeah, it was interesting. He's a rascal.
Yeah.
He filled up the time. It was like an hour and 10 minutes. Like, yeah, he filled up the time.
He really is an old rascal. All right. Anything else, fellas, before we hop in? Let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. But first, a fun fact. And the first fun fact is that it's Wes's 40th birthday. Congratulations, Wes, for making it, 40 years on the earth.
I made it.
It's fantastic work.
Many said it wouldn't be done.
You've proved many wrong today.
A lot of people.
Redemption is spelled WES today.
That's right.
fun fact number 2. This one is from Chris Dobbin. Thank you for this. It's way faster to say World Wide Web than www.
That's a crazy fact.
Wow.
Think about that.
World Wide Web, www. That's about tie.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a tie.
But
It's-
the number of syllables in W.
Easier to say World Wide Web. World Wide Web.
www.
www.
We got to time it.
It doesn't matter anymore. You don't have to put the www in.
Right. But still, blows your mind up a little bit. It's like,
Got me thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm out of sorts.
yeah,
My ears are ringing.
it's
Yeah.
kind of a crazy one. Okay.
In the show.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
mean to blow your mind that hard
Yeah.
this early. Thank you, Chris, for that submission. March 8th, holidays. It is, and this is a big one that Wes shares his 40th with. International Working Women's Day. It's being called International Women's Day. They've been like marketing it for it's been trending leading up to the holiday. So you know it's going to be a big one. Also, Retro Video Game Day, Proofreading Day, and yeah. That's
Why are you going to skip
National
over
Be
National
Nasty.
Be Nasty Day?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm talking about.
well, that's
Yeah.
part. I think that's part of Women's Day. There was like several
Because
on there
they
that
because
were-
they got to be nasty in the
I
sheets.
think that's like
bro.
the Hillary thing. The Hillary.
Oh,
I
look
think
it up.
I didn't look it up.
I think it means Wes can push for anal today. Is what I think.
Well, for sure. I mean, 40th birthday. That's
Yeah.
anything's on the
Get the
table.
push.
Let me check it out.
I did make it 40 years today.
Yeah, you know.
so-
It's the least you can do.
Take it or leave it.
Me too,
Yeah.
Pat.
It says
Not
here
interested.
National
neither.
Be Nasty Day is the day to push for anal. It says, no, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I figured it was like
It's a
anyway.
tongue in cheek. It says be vulgar today is what it really is. You're allowed to be you're allowed to be a little bit loose tongued.
Be vulgar on
Yeah.
Women's Day. Nice. All right. Here we go. Today in history, March 8th, before it was International Women's Day. In 1531, Henry VIII was recognized as a supreme head of the church in England by a convocation in Canterbury, the exact opposite of International Women's Day, actually.
Yeah, that's a little
So-
too much power. Yeah.
Yeah. He had like 10 wives or something?
Wasn't he the guy that beheaded everybody? Yeah.
1817, March 8th, New York Stock Exchange is founded. Big day. Big day. Let's see what else. The rest of those, not really great. In 2014,
Oh, 2014 is crazy. Yeah.
Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 with 239 people aboard.
That's got to be a Boeing.
Yeah. That was definitely a bow. It has to be, right? Yeah.
You guys seen Downfall yet?
No.
No, what's that?
Oh, it's
Oh,
a
the Ukraine
documentary.
thing, right?
No, it's a documentary on Netflix about the 747 or the Max and how shady Boeing was dealing with that whole fucking thing. Boeing, pieces of shit at the top. You do not. It's a great
don't
documentary.
say.
It's a great
Yeah.
documentary, but it makes you furious.
It'll make you even more mad at the company
Yeah.
that let
Oh,
the
yeah.
800 Max fly.
They
when
knew
they knew
people
it
were going to
crashed.
die. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, I take that back. International Women's Day is so old that in 1917, March 8th, the Russian February Revolution began with Women's Day's protests in St. Petersburg. Look at that. So Women's Day helped kick off communism in Russia. So look at that.
Thanks.
Okay.
Ladies.
Go figure.
Let's hop into the trending news. Honorable mentions up first. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley got a 1-year suspension from the NFL. He cannot play in the 2022 season for gambling on NFL games, which is, a little more fair than what the MLB did to Pete Rose, but still a little harsh maybe when you look at what he did. By Lindsay Jones tweets, per a source informed of the investigation, Ridley placed 3 parlays, a 3, a 5, and an 18 parlays, and bet on the Falcons to win. All of the bets were placed between November 23rd through 28th. The Falcons beat Jacksonville on November 28th. All the bets were via a mobile app in Florida. So you guys think it's fair? You think he did? What do you think here?
My initial reaction was, come on, bro. You got to resist the temptation.
For sure,
but
it's
when you
off limits for players.
but when you bet on yourself, man, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't see what could be wrong with you betting on yourself. It's a slippery slope.
there's
Because
also
there's
other
also
teams-
covers. There's also covers. Like he could still bet to win, but also
He
shave.
could have bet props on himself, catches. I'll tell you what, don't ask me because I spent about $18 in an auction draft on him and he played one game last year. And I thought it was because he was depressed, but apparently it's because he knew the hammer was coming down because he was betting on fucking NFL games. So fuck him. Because
Yes.
my team made the playoffs, even though he was my number 2 receiver.
So you say throw the book at him.
Fuck
I can
him. Yeah, he played
I can
one game last
understand
year.
That, Mark.
Yeah.
And they did know that the hammer was coming down. The Falcons had not been entertaining offers of a trade before because they knew that he was about to get.
He didn't
fucked.
play last year. So it's like
Yeah.
another year he's not playing. What the hell happened last year?
I
Calvin?
think he even tweeted how healthy he's going to be. Yeah, 2 years off.
So, but Pete Rose, they didn't pull him out of the game. They said you can't get in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, but he was banned immediately after that, right?
But also, didn't Pete Rose do it when he was
Late in his
managing?
career.
Oh,
He did
Pete
it
Rose,
when he was managing. He wasn't even playing.
he bet it all day long. He bet
I
it
don't know
all.
about that.
But what kind of action you guys think this guy's putting on games?
10
is-
grand.
is
$1,500 is what he said.
$1,500? Like, it's not worth that kind of action. That's like normal guy huge bet action. That's not NFL player salary action.
Pete
Yeah.
Rose, they only could prove that Pete Rose bet when he was managing, not when he was playing.
It's kind of worse. You have more control.
Yeah, but in terms of getting in the Hall of Fame, it was when he was a player. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charlie Hustle, man.
It was either 1,500 or 15,000, but I can't remember. I don't think it really matters that much. He's an NFL player. That's
I mean,
Like-
it does, because if it's 1,500, he's absolutely
you're gonna make me
psycho.
look it up now.
He's psycho.
Yeah.
15,000, I get it.
Ridley's probably at least $10 million a year because he's.
Are you
a good
kidding
receiver.
me? On his salary, you think the difference between it was 1,500? You think the
That's a
difference
psycho
between
move.
15,000 and 1,500 on his salary is
It's a
is,
psycho
He was,
move.
is
he
the
was
difference
make-
between psycho or not?
he was making $11 million a year. That's
Right,
like,
Pat. It's chump
Yeah.
change regardless. It's pocket
Yeah.
change either way.
I mean,
for
it's
this guy.
11 million a year after taxes, after his agent. It's yeah.
I don't think there's a big distinction between
A
the two.
15
Anyways,
grand
1,500
bet
was the
There's
for
a reason that
Calvin Ridley
rappers-
would be like a $15 bet for us.
Rappers say
it's like either 15 cents or $15 for him.
you're
So,
not
it doesn't-
serious unless you're spending 10 grand on fantasy football. That's what rappers say. Like, that's a threshold. So I know this for guys who have
rappers say.
money, who are rappers. That's their threshold. So I'm just saying,
So according to all rappers, he's
not all
a
rappers. One rapper,
Drake lost $275,000 betting on Masvidal. Whoops.
right? And if that was 2750, you'd be like, why is this making the news?
If had it been 15,000, imagine how many years he would have been suspended. All right, moving on.
crazy.
Defcon 1 trended on all social media after NBC posted this story, this headline in their NBC News, Politics News. Defcon 1 moment. New Spanish language conservative network fuels fresh Dem fears over disinfo, Latino outreach. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, people were just like, they couldn't believe NBC published the headline. Anyways, it just trended.
But what is
Yeah.
it?
You guys think it's that crazy? I
No,
mean,
I know.
it's what the headline said. There's a new Spanish speaking, like conservative, like a Spanish speaking Fox, and they're
Right.
and Democrats are calling it DEFCON 1.
What does
Who
that have to do with the
cares?
DEFCONs?
I don't know why you would use DEFCON for anything outside of like an emergency, right? Is I think what it's used for. But
Mhm.
I like the sign of the guy holding up a Latinos for Trump.
right, they're calling it DEFCON 1.
It's Latinos for Trump.
People are just saying it. It shows NBC's intrinsic bias, which I don't. Does anybody debate that at this point?
I mean,
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I do. But
Well, NBC is like Fox, basically. They're like two sides
they're
of a
all
coin.
everything, aren't they? All the
Yeah.
time. DEFCON is an alert state for the United States Armed Forces. The DEFCON
Right.
system developed by the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One is cocked pistol. That's the exercise term.
Oh shit.
Oof. So the Dems are saying this is cock pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuclear war is imminent or has already begun.
Wow. Nuclear war. Crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Wow.
weird use of DEFCON 1.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna, be that big a deal.
It just trended. It's hilarious.
No, I know.
Got people talking.
I'm glad you brought it up. I just don't think it's something to worry about, people.
Right. Let the Spanish speakers have a Fox if they want it. Who
Yeah.
gives a fuck?
They
We
can
got the
tune if they want
DEFCON-
to, if they like it, and if not, they won't.
Right. It'll go out of business if they don't like it. There
We
you
got
go.
the DEFCON 2 in the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's the lowest in the cons that we've been.
Wow.
We're probably at a DEFCON now because of Russia, right? We're at
We're
like
probably
a 5,
currently
probably
at
like
a
a 5 or
DEFCON
4.
5, which is the lowest state of readiness.
So we've
Yeah.
never gone to DEFCON 1.
Wait, so,
So-
one's the highest?
Oh, we're
Yeah,
4.
one's the
yeah,
highest.
yeah, it's like golf.
It goes opposite. Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
highest to lowest.
It's like
You want
golf.
It's opposite
counts down,
tornadoes.
yeah. It's a countdown to the end of the world.
DEFCON 1, Spanish. Spanish
DEFCON
TV.
1. It's an emergency, everybody.
Drama queens.
Nuclear emergency. All right, moving on. Next mention.
was for Trump.
We love Trump.
He's gonna love this channel.
kick me out, man.
Yeah.
Kick me out next.
He's gonna get that guy's gonna get a DEFCON 1 tattoo. Okay. Next one. People were mad on Monday also about this, not just DEFCON 1, but that the Yeezy Slides right here costing $70 on pre-sale. So like Yeezy, I guess they go on pre-sale every once in a while, these slides, and they always cost a lot of money and they always sell out every single time. And everybody on Twitter, I guess, just makes memes making fun of people while they sell out like immediately. And then it's
I got to
over.
be honest. I got a pair of slides recently for Christmas for my sister. She
They comfortable? They look comfortable.
they're not Yeezy slides, but they're similar. They
Yeah.
look the same. I wore them to the Batman, Wes, and they're
Oh.
extremely fucking comfortable.
Yeah.
Extremely comfortable.
One of my favorite combos, even though you're probably, people look at you funny, socks with slides. So
Yeah.
comfortable.
Do we need
I go
more
sockless,
comfort?
but I feel that there's enough room for them.
Yeah.
For socks.
I feel like it's time to dress up. You know?
Socks with slides is awesome though. I mean, you
Oh,
got
my wife.
a lazy man's outfit through and through. Like you can
Yeah.
pop that on in the house, outside the house.
My wife gives me shit every time I go outside with slides, and she's like, "Really, the slides outside?" I'm like, "Slides are
That's-
outside."
That's the Craig from Friday. That's the Craig
Yeah.
look. Slides
I
with
feel like
socks.
you got to be coaching a youth sports team
Very
to get away
well.
with that. There's no other excuse really.
I go to the grocery store, the movies with them. I mean, I'm not like
Mhm.
going
The
to.
socks,
What if you're-
though.
What if you're
Oh,
just
sorry.
coaching your one daughter? Does that count? I've got the
mean,
one daughter that I'm bossing around.
You better
and
get a
I'm in the
whistle,
slides
dog.
with Socks.
You better get a whistle and a stopwatch because you're on the bubble.
I like it.
I
I'm
highly
thinking about-
recommend slides. I'm a slide guy.
I mean, Yeezys are 70. I feel like you could get slides for like
50,
20.
40,
Yeah,
40.
even even 50 would be some
Yeah.
nice ass.
What's
What's the
the
slides.
difference between a
slides?
slide and a soccer sandal?
It's nothing, Wes. It's just that's all
They
it-
look
these
like
are the
that, Wes.
Yeezy
They're
version.
thicker and rubbery. See
Yeah,
how
foam.
they look exactly like that. They're like memory foam type thing, and they're not.
Yeah.
Usually the soccer ones have like those little perforated like little things in them,
Yeah.
and they're different.
It's like
Slides-
the new Crocs, kind of,
Yeah, exactly.
Why they
It's
call
like
them
a prop.
slides?
because
So
you can
you
slide,
your feet in, bro.
All
You
right.
can slide your feet.
Just seems like all right. Yeah.
What
You
do
know,
you
I
think?
don't- I don't wanna rock a shoe that's called, like, The slippery when wets. You know.
Now, like the thong sandals, you know.
I'd rather have it be grips.
Yeah.
They have, I mean, grippy bottom.
Grips.
Uh,
Kegel.
Final mention today, fellas, and a big one. 12-time world heavyweight champ Leon White, aka Big Van Vader,
Whoa.
will be inducted into the 2022 WWE Hall of Fame class. He was billed
Posthumously.
posthumously, RIP 2018. He was billed at 6'5", 450 pounds. He was a former football star. Vader was a great wrestler who wore the same singlet as the Herndon Hornets. RIP. He passed away in 2018. And congrats. Vader joins the Macho Man Randy Savage as the only other posthumous WWE HOF inductee.
Damn.
So
Big Van Vader was a beast. He was so much better in WCW. He flopped in WWF, but he was a beast. He did that. His finishing move was he got on the second rope and then he just jumped backwards and landed belly first on you. And they've got this new very large woman wrestler that does the Vader. That's her finishing move. She does the same thing.
What do they
quite
call
an
her?
homage.
It's called they call her Dewdrop, but he does his finishing move is the Vader bomb, so they call it like a Dewdrop bomb.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
BBW dewdrop.
Yeah,
Because I also have the body of a thumb like Vader, and our wrestling singlets in high school were the exact same. I used to get compared to Vader a lot. So
it's time. It's
that was sick.
time. It's Vader time.
Nah, I mean it was like yeah, Vader's strong, but he's also like one of the fattest. Okay, Yeah.
It's
I get it.
backhanded.
Yeah, it's
get
a
it.
backhanded compliment.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, it's Vader time.
All right.
Well, remember when we went into that car
I could be
dealership?
Hogan too, you know, but
All right, guys, it's Vader time. All right.
Remember when we went to that car dealership in high school and that old man started slapping your chest and calling you a barrel-chested fellow?
man.
that was at the Wheeler Brothers house.
No, that was at the Oldsmobile dealership in Herndon.
I've had that happen.
It's happened
to me
more
a
than
few
once.
times.
It's real weird.
Will gets old guys going.
When you're
What's he
built
doing,
like
my
Vader.
friend?
Yeah.
The guy just walked. This
Vader.
grown man just walked up to Will and just started slapping him on the chest. You playing football this year? You're a chesty guy. Come on.
State, going to states.
We
Get
need
out
you.
on that field.
You got an Oldsmobile?
You remind me of my friend Vader.
It'd be a real waste.
I was like, Will, you know this guy?
Oh man. Well deserved for Big
Yeah.
Van Vader and RIP. Which takes us to number 1, or
The cream of the crop!
and they say the cream rises to the top. And so does the price of oil recently. The price hit a near all-time high, like of ever, $130 a barrel, which is over $4 a gallon on average in the United States. The only other times that oil's ever been priced this high is during the U.S. Civil War, the Iran-Iraq War of 1980, and the Arab Spring later on. So it is bad. Since they've tracked the prices of oil, like it's a crisis. The Russia's war on Ukraine is creating a crisis of oil, like we haven't seen before.
I'm
'cause
interested
prices
in
might
how
keep rising.
much they're going to keep rising and for how long.
Right. So we'll see, Mark, because it peaked at that 130 a barrel and it's since gone down. The peak was on fears that sanctions against Russia will finally involve their number one export by far, oil and gas, because 50% of Russian oil is consumed by the EU, along with 64% of all Russian natural gas that they produce. And so prices may moderate, though, Mark. It's already come down to like 119 from that 130 high, because Germany says they have no plans at all to stop buying Russian energy, and being Putin's biggest buyers besides China, and that they will continue funding bombs on Ukraine indefinitely. For which, people are, making fun of Scholz, the German chancellor, and Putin when they're meeting at the giant desk.
Look at that IKEA desk, $599.99. It's 25 feet long.
Yeah. So, and that's on the Ukrainian state channel there. So people aren't happy with Germany.
Man, it
Over
doesn't
that.
work unless we all
Um,
do it. It doesn't work.
Right. And Germany's the biggest culprit, right? They buy
What are you
their
doing?
second biggest buyer to China. But the White House has also so far not committed to banning Russian energy imports either. Even though it's only 8% of our total gas that we use, and it's 1% of Russia's overall exports is the
Right.
oil.
It still hurts.
The way
Still, we should shut it off for
We
sure.
were talking about it a
Um,
little bit in the Discord, patreon.com/hardfactor. The way it works, though, is it's not just about how much gas it's the price of global gas per barrel, right?
Right.
So you need everyone to kind of do it for it to make differences in the price of gas globally, right? Like if we shut down
Right.
on Russia, it doesn't necessarily mean that the barrel is going to go way up or something
we need
like that.
we need Europe to figure out how they're gonna get
And if
off
everyone
too.
shuts down Russia, then gas is going to go up for sure.
Hugely.
Yeah.
And so, Mark, to deal with the issue, instead of just turning the Keystone XL pipeline and other North American oil and gas drilling projects back on, like 69% of recently polled Americans have supported to combat Putin in the energy space. That seems to be what a lot of people are in support of, is producing more gas to solve the problem in North America.
Right.
Instead,
increase the global supply without Russia, basically.
Exactly.
Right.
Instead, the Biden administration is trying to get noted friend of Vladimir Putin and communist warlord Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela to pump more gas for us in America. And then they're headed to the always trustworthy Saudi Arabia to ask them to pump more gas for Europe, which is a weird plan to me when you could just turn back on your own.
Murderers row.
Right. I don't know why this is their plan.
My two presidents of Venezuela or the Saudi prince.
Right. Communist warlord and the Saudis. Okay.
I mean, it's a long play, right? Like
We're
we don't
also
want
Putin's allies, though. It's just as strange.
That's what it is, though, right? It's like it's a long play because we don't want to deplete our own because we
well,
wanna
not
be able to-
deplete, but you need to have a plan to get from here to nuclear fusion in like 60, 70 years, and you need to be able to execute it.
I think the long play you're talking about, Wes, is you want like eventually
use up all their shit first.
Well, eventually you want to go away from petroleum when you do have nuclear or whatever. So it's a long play. It's like, all right, you turn back on the Keystone, which they probably should do, which Elon Musk has suggested. You turn on the Keystone short term to increase the supply while you're figuring out how to re-shut it back off eventually once you move to a different, more sustainable energy like nuclear or whatever.
And Elon wants
the thing is you can't like that. So this is
that's the argument.
Elon wants Europe to also go back to mining their own energy as well, which they've stopped doing.
Like for short term, while eventually we're all going to go away from it, but for now, you have to
Greta Thunberg asked us to shut down all energy production in North America and Europe, and we did. And now Putin's the richest guy in the world.
It's like what are they when a dog tastes blood, right? It's like ruined. That's kind of what this is like. Like in theory, yeah, absolutely. Why don't we fucking if it's all the same, right?
Let's turn the pipeline for a couple of years, right?
If all the fossil fuel is and the carbon
better us make it than them
in the atmosphere, right? Sure, why not? But the problem is, and this is a weird problem, you let the people who are going to get a taste of that blood.
They'll never want to shut it
and
down
they will
again.
never let go. That's just the way the human condition is. So it's like a fucked up, weird situation, right? Where it's like,
extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures.
Agreed.
So like that's the
seems like there could be a workaround we could figure out.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Turn to solar panels from Xinjiang? You can't fund the Antifa League. You know, you got to figure this out. And a lot of it probably involves getting
too far away from nuclear and the. Like solar and electric cars it's not there yet either. So like there has to be a short-term fix while you have this 2050 deadline of, net neutral carbon, whatever. But I think that they do probably have to, probably turn on a pipeline.
We'll see what happens. I mean, we can postulate all we want. We'll see when the rubber meets the road here. But speaking of oil, also on Monday, the world's richest oil baron, Vladimir Putin, was working on getting Iran able to trade oil and gas again with a new nuclear deal. And he had his press secretary, Dmitry Peskov, present terms to Ukraine via Reuters, an interview.
Yeah, they're intense terms.
On what they would accept to end the war immediately. And it says no bloc joining, so Ukraine couldn't join the EU or NATO. Complete demilitarization, so the Ukraine would have to just completely lay down their weapons and allow the Russians to do whatever they want to them at any time, whenever they want. And they'd have to formally give Crimea and the Donbass to Russia. So basically they just have to say, hey, okay, Russia, you win. And obviously Zelensky is not having that. And some U.S. financial analysts suggest that Putin can only afford this war for about another month or so. So we'll see if that's true. Lastly, real quick to wrap it up, Vlad was really feeling it, though, on Monday, because also at the same time that he published that list of demands for everybody to declare him the winner so that he could walk away from the war and be the winner, he also published this list. I don't really understand where it came from, but this is from some like Russian state media. The government has approved a list of countries unfriendly to Russia. It included, among other things, Australia, UK, EU countries, Iceland, Canada, Liechtenstein, Monaco, New Zealand, Norway, Korea, San Marino, Singapore, USA, Taiwan, Ukraine, Montenegro, Switzerland, and Japan.
So feel free to hate away on those guys. You can hate away guilt-free. Just put some hate in your heart towards them.
He's got a list. Fucking loser.
I didn't even know some of those places were countries or that they existed at all.
They're not. They're nation states.
Poor San Marino or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was a city in California.
It's a city inside Italy. That's its own country.
Oh God, that sucks for them.
Right.
They're on the
shit
Switzerland,
list. Noted for their neutrality. Get a grip, Vlad. Stop killing Ukrainians and pretending it's San Marino's fault. Another cup of coffee in the big time, tainted with your filth, Putin. So.
Pretty sure there's no extradition there, San Marino.
That's nice. And you're living inside Italy. That's That's a kind of a paradise.
Probably find a few people there, you know.
You guys see a bunch of oligarchs live in Lake Como, the place where that lady died for no one knew
Yeah,
for 2 years.
yeah. Well, it makes sense now.
All those Russian oligarchs living in Lake Como.
Makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And speaking of paradises, this one was brought to you by our new sponsor. It's a paradise of its own, MyBookie. March is here, and the madness has officially begun. It's time for you to shoot your shot and score big on the nonstop action with MyBookie. Predict winners in each round of the MyBookie bracket contest for a chance to win a Bitcoin. Ooh, a whole one. A Doodle NFT, currently valued at over 50K. Pat says that's a solid one, Doodle.
It's pretty good.
And over 100,000 more in cash prizes. Whether you're filling out multiple brackets, betting the national championship winner, or simply looking for a player and game props, MyBookie has you covered. Sign up today with MyBookie and use promo code FACTOR to make your first deposit, earning a free entry into the My Bracket contest. Selections for the bracket will officially begin on March 13th and close March 17th at 12 p.m. So make sure you get your deposit in now with promo code FACTOR to secure that free entry. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie, and let them know Hard Factor sent you.
Yeah.
They do have an extradition treaty. So
Damn. Taiwan, though, 14 Costco's, no extradition.
Russia too.
I might go North Carolina to win the whole thing after they whooped up on Duke on Coach K's last home game. North Carolina's peaking right now.
What are the odds?
MyBookie tip.
Well, they're 23-8, so I think pretty good. Like probably 20-1.
Yeah, yeah, probably. All right, guys, let's take a little trip today.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Thank you, Darcel. And listen, guys, we have a lot going on right now in the world, right? Potential World War III, pandemic is still ongoing, gas prices through the roof, inflation, that thing at the base of my now 40-year-old penis. But I think,
just
It'll go away, Wes.
sticking around.
No.
it's worrisome. But I think we really need to focus on something that is far more worrisome than all of you might have ever known right now. And let's go to Japan. I don't know how to tell you this, guys, but the goddamn Seisho Seki, a.k.a. the Killing Stone, has split in half and is about to unleash a 1,000-year-old demon that is going to fuck us.
Oh, no.
We're screwed. Yeah. Here's the Killing Stone.
Literally fuck us?
Oh, it's gonna
I think the demon's gonna fuck us. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, demon's gonna fuck us.
Yeah.
Man.
There it is, split in half. Now people have tried to protect us by putting a rope around it to keep the demon inside, but it's a little too late. The demon is out. So according to mythology, the Seisho Seki, or Killing Stone, is a large volcanic rock that is said to immediately kill anyone that touches it, and it is deeply embedded in Japanese mythology. It's said to be the transformed corpse of the mythological Tamomo no Mai. The Tananomome was supposedly a beautiful woman whose spirit was possessed by a 9-tailed fox, or kitsune, a demon spirit known for trickery and deception using disguise. So great. Got one of those on the loose now. So
the spirit of the trickery fox is among us now.
How did this happen?
I'm talking about the Tamamono here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be out there.
How did this happen? They dropped a rock?
So it happened because of nature, because water. It's in the sulfurous. It's near the sulfurous hot springs. So water got into it, and like most rocks, when water get into it, it's split in half. It's just basic science. But this rock happened to have a demon inside of it, guys. So
how do they know that? Because can you put the field of rocks back up? Because there was like probably a million rocks in that field. And they know that one rock is the killing rock. They know
that's the Killing Stone.
They try to put this
100%.
rock back together. I mean, it looks like they haven't even tried.
They did. They've tried to put rope around it.
It's like,
Oh, right. Yeah, that's
it's like
picture
making
with the rope.
noises.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can see by the old wood there in Japanese scribble that is the Killing Stone.
Yeah.
So what? I just don't understand. How is that one rock so special? And they say
It
say
had the
it's
tomonomone
body.
Yeah.
right.
Had the
inside of it.
Had the kitsune, the
Could you
9-tailed
imagine-
fox, for fuck's sake.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine the first time some guy told this story to somebody and they bought it, and then like they bought it so much that they built a shrine to
It
it?
was the first time someone ever told the story. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible storytelling.
When
must
someone
have been.
tells you there's a 1,000-year-old demon that's gonna fuck your brains out if it gets out, you're gonna listen. You're gonna put a warning sign up like, don't water this rock.
Some solid rope.
Yeah, you'd think they would have had it better protected.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's literally sitting on the side of a hill.
Do they not have a single geologist in Japan?
Listen, they don't care about us. Is the
Time
problem.
and pressure.
They didn't realize what was going to happen.
They knew they were going to
Seems like a
unleash
big
hell
deal.
on Earth.
It's a huge deal.
Maybe keep it away from water.
Yeah, maybe
I couldn't
tied up with
believe
more
that
than
it
a
was-
rope.
This is potentially more worrisome than anything else.
Yeah, this is DEFCON 2, 1?
DEFCON 0.
Yeah, DEFCON 0.
Yeah. We'll let you know how it goes. Those Japanese, they sure have some great imaginations. Now let's go back to Ukraine, where if you thought your day was going bad, hey, at least you aren't. This guy, his name is Giri Kumar Patel, and as you see in this picture, he is posing with a panther and a jaguar, which he brought from the Kiev Zoo. I guess in Ukraine, the zoos are also like pet shops. Never knew. Anyway, this nut is now living in Severodonetsk, a small town located in the heavily war-torn Donbass region of Western Ukraine. And now, due to the war, he has retreated to his basement and is stuck there with these two probably very hungry cats. So
he's like a more intense version of the guy from Orlando with the parrots magic.
Yeah, he is.
No.
He's trapped with big cats.
He's in a basement with these cats.
Now that they've got him in the media, though, they're going to get him a supply of meat, like a steady supply, because this guy could end up.
It might be too late. Well,
Yeah.
Well, listen, he said that he bought 23 kilograms of sheep, turkey, and chicken from the neighboring villages at prices 4 times higher than normal. That's 50 pounds of meat. I did some research. One jaguar needs about 4 pounds of food per day. So divide by 2, carry the 1 equals Giri Kumar has got to get the fuck out of there. He's in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
8 pounds a day. He's only got a little over a week of food.
He needs a helicopter.
Plus, what if they just, want some different meat?
Right. Yeah. So
like his.
Yeah, he's in trouble. And this is even
yeah.
This is kind of a bad video that I saw on his YouTube channel. He's got a famous YouTube channel. He's got 90,000 subscribers. Not a lot of English on there, but I found this video where he's
Jaguar Kumar.
So there's his jaguar, and he goes to the local pet shop. I think he's saying they're getting really hungry and I'm running out of meat and I'm fucked. So he's going to look for a stronger collar.
Nice.
At the pet shop.
He's a stylish man. He might be able to pull this off. He reminds me a little bit of like an Indian Joe Exotic. So
yeah. So he's like,
this should hold them back.
Yeah. Will this one hold if they're really hungry? So
you may be able to make it.
Not great. Yeah.
If you make it through a war with a jaguar and a leopard in a basement, I mean,
now I think this another sad part of the war is a lot of pets, not just big cats, but pets are dying in Ukraine. It sucks. At some point, if it gets really bad, can he just let the big cats out to maybe attack the Russians?
It's good question.
Because they're going to die anyways.
Well, that's the thing. Is
last resort is let him take out a couple of Russians.
They're going to have to storm that thing eventually, and the Jaguars will take them out. Yeah, it'll get some soldiers.
He said he bought them for $35,000 the pair from the Kiev Zoo about 20 months ago. I guess the zoo allows private sales on animals, provided you have a nice enough spot to keep them. He's an orthopedic doctor. He's been practicing medicine there. He originally lived in the Crimea region, but the fighting there, he opened up a restaurant. They destroyed it, so he moved here. And now he's trapped in the war again. So he just has bad luck with moves.
Talk about buyer's remorse.
He keeps living in the disputed zones, essentially. So.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know it? Yeah.
Double big cat purchase is gonna pay off in less war.
Yeah. He also says the cats are very scared of the bombs going off. So, any day now they're just going to snap from the fear and hunger.
He's going to get out of there.
Yeah. So just think somewhere out there.
So confident though for a guy who should be so terrified.
Well, look, here's his YouTube page, and he gives like daily updates. Where
look at that second picture. He doesn't look.
His hair is just a mess. And
He's getting less confident by the day. Oh no.
Yeah, the
he-
growls are getting deeper.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't speak a lick English, but I'm pretty sure he's just very worried.
It's
Oh,
not
man.
as many purrs.
His channel is Jaguar Kumar. What's the last word?
Telugu, Telugu. Yeah. So, hey, just think somewhere out there right now is Giri Kumar in a basement in Ukraine, just giving his last scraps of food to these hungry cats. So I, for one, I'm going to put my penis worries on the back burner today.
It's big.
And thank my lucky stars I'm not Giri Kumar. And you should too, because that guy's living a tough time right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
On top of everything else.
And let me tell you, who could use some caliper?
Yeah.
Giri Kumar.
Giri Kumar?
Yeah, he could.
He's got to be a little stressed, huh?
Yeah.
Let's ship him some caliber. Long time sponsor of the show, and something we get lots of DMs about how
I'm gonna have
great
to
it
have
is.
some just after listening about Geary.
Yeah. Caliper is dissolvable CBD powder. Will's going to demonstrate right now. Just put it right on your tongue in a glass of water. It's tasteless. And it's way better than those oils. Doesn't taste like anything, frankly. So you get all the benefits of CBD in exactly 20 milligram packets without that weird taste. And you can put it in anything. Put it in your water, put it in your coffee, put it in your tea at night like I used to do. It's beautiful. It's clinically proven to deliver 30 times more CBD in the first 30 minutes than CBD oil, developed by food scientists, rigorously tested for purity and quality, all natural, vegan, non-GMO, free of fillers, added chemicals, and artificial flavors. Try it out. You will love it. It is great. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code FACTOR at trycaliper.com/factor. That's CALIPER. Try it for risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. That's trycaliper.com/factor. Don't forget promo code FACTOR for 20% off. And, when you get it and you love it, be sure to DM us and tell us how much you love it, because we know you will. Yeah. There you go.
Living on the edge of a lightning bolt, and I do not apologize for that.
Oh,
Yes.
School. Guys, Denver police are ready to knock the block off the sick puppy that stole a box of presumably dead human heads last week out of a medical truck used to transport body parts for, quote, medical research. The box truck containing the box of heads was parked within peeping distance of a public school bus stop. Thursday morning at around 11 a.m. when the theft occurred. That's where it was parked. Details are sparse, but it appears that the heads may have been well educated, as the culprit also stole a dolly from the back of the truck to transport the heads. The Denver County Sheriff addressed the press on Monday saying, quote, "I promise you that the Denver County Sheriff's Office will find this perpetrator and he will be brought to his knees under the weight of law enforcement. And he may not like it, but he is going to be giving us all of the head." Get it?
Quote, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Aggressive quote.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I
someone
saw
stole a
that
bunch of heads.
Could you imagine if you like a cop pulled over that truck and the driver's like, "I need to explain something to you before you look in the back."
No, that's the big
Yeah.
question here is why the fuck was the truck parked there?
Yeah.
And presumably not refrigerated.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Ugh.
a
Lots
messy
of-
truck.
Lots of unanswered questions in the whole situation there.
You got to start asking questions when you got a truck full of heads. That's all.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're going to be asking questions after this next story, questions to God. The Supreme Court announced Monday that it will not review Bill Cosby's sexual assault case, which would have been the last chance for the 84-year-old rapist to pay for his prolific raping.
Oh, he's scot-free.
Scot-free. But the good news is, guys, according to Cosby's spokesman and guy who shouldn't bother showing up to anything ever again, Andrew Wyatt, the court's decision leaves the comedian's schedule wide open for a final stand-up tour that he's been considering. So there will be at least 22 cities where someone will hopefully hit him with a hot diarrhea bucket. Wyatt went on to say, and this is an actual quote, "This is truly a victory for Mr. Cosby, but it shows that cheating will never get you far," shaming the district attorney and prosecutors who attempt to entrap Cosby and make him pay for the women that he raped.
Yeah, it's a horrible situation where they agreed to never prosecute him for horrible crimes because, I mean, look, the court's fucked up, but also it just sucks. It sucks.
didn't have to have beers with him afterwards. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Cosby doesn't need to be doing end zone spikes
Well, that's
because the
Yeah.
courts let him be a rapist.
Andrew Wyatt, his publicist, is literally shaming the court,
Yeah.
saying, "Nice try, guys, but this rapist walks."
Right. Cosby's doing like the Merton Hanks dance in the end zone. Like
Oh, he's all of a sudden now that this ruling comes out, you're gonna see he can actually dance. He's not blind anymore. He's gonna be very able-bodied tomorrow.
Oh, he's having
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking party tonight. I
Yeah.
He's talking about
guarantee
going
that.
on tour, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's gonna be on American Ninja Warrior.
I think
What
Pat's right though.
venues?
I think Pat's right though. People are gonna just fuck with him.
Right.
He
What
will not go on.
venues?
He won't go on tour. There's no way.
Who's booking him? You know.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Anyway, guys, in case you still had some hope after that Bill Cosby free forever update, according to a report yesterday from Bloomberg, and this is based on anonymous sources, Joe Biden will be signing an executive order related to cryptocurrency this week. So to summarize, that's going to be an executive order from our 79-year-old president and his advisors who are firmly through inside relationships, cemented their place atop the insurmountable wealth gap. And those guys will be regulating a financial system that moves so quickly that literally some of the people leading the industry don't have a full comprehension of it. It's effectively a peanut situation where you, as a crypto-curious debt holder, are Charlie Brown, and Biden is Lucy, and the football is some sort of financial freedom. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this could be a good thing.
Put it on
Maybe.
a verbal meme there, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe so, Pat. You don't know, and that's been the whole question about crypto regulation from the start: is it going to give investors more confidence, or is it going to scare investors away? We'll find out after we see the.
What is it? What is the order going to say?
We
does
don't
it mean?
know. It's
Not
going to
know.
be
No
regulation. My point is, Wes,
Hmm.
literally, you talk to any of those guys that are developing tech on blockchain, and they're like, "Yeah, man, it's moving too fast. I don't fucking get it." And these guys are about to regulate it.
I'll
They're
tell
about
you
to
what. I'll
Right.
tell
No
you what
way
I
they
could,
get it. Yeah.
tell you what I could go for is a Kamala Harris explanation of crypto, like
Oh
on that,
yeah.
like on that radio show.
Break it down.
Go.
I've attempted to put my full brain power into understanding proof of work versus proof of stake, and I still, yeah.
Crypto's confusing. as shit.
Imagine her breaking down like from the contract process all the way out.
Yeah.
How coins made.
I tried to explain crypto. I was talking about with my dad's buddy one time. I was back home, and I thought I had a decent enough understanding to like explain it to him, and I just embarrassed myself. My dad was like, "You didn't know what the fuck he's talking about."
Yeah.
Like like just
Here's a paper down.
he just shit on me.
Yeah. Damn,
All right.
that's
Well, because
tough.
crypto's easy to
It
get
was real tough.
when you ask a real skeptical person about crypto, there's a lot of like basic financial
a
questions that are
a
like
simple question can get you in a heap
Right.
of trouble.
Yeah.
You're like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's really
But in all
embarrassed.
seriousness, I've had some buds who are talking to different like high dollar attorneys in the financial space who literally don't know what the fucking answer is in terms of regulation. They're trying to figure it out. And these are people that you're paying, $500 an hour to. And if these people that, their job is to understand the financial system don't get it, how the fuck is Joe Biden in his
No.
administration?
he
They're
won't.
not.
But Pat, hopefully it's an executive order to do like a study or something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Instead of
Nice.
to actually implement changes. I
It
hope.
could be to get rid of the DeFi ones, like, and only have like the regulated ones, like no more shit coins.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wouldn't be mad at that, but
Ooh.
we'll see. And guys, finally, huge news out of the Philippines. Rodrigo Duterte, he's signed a bill raising the minimum age of sexual consent from 12 to 16 years old. So that's,
Wow,
Huge.
big of them.
I know. Yeah.
That's big of them.
It was about time.
Amazing work, Rodrigo.
yeah. Prior to the new law, the Philippines had the second lowest age for sexual consent worldwide, and that's next to Nigeria's creepy age of 11.
Ugh.
And if that's not the longest 5 years anywhere on the planet, I don't know what is, man. That's a big 5 years right now. The gap between Nigeria and the Philippines looking pretty bad. Nigeria.
11.
Wow. Is Philippines really second now? With the,
Well, they've always
16?
been second, but now they're
No, I think there's tons of places with 16.
now they're a
though.
more
There's-
respectable second.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is according to the Children's Children's Rights Network.
Nigeria's still the kings, though. They still can marry the youngest women.
holding
yeah.
strong at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's so gross.
That's just the official age. I mean, there's younger shit.
Well,
going
what
on
exactly? When your
everywhere.
official age is 11, I mean, what's
Yeah.
9?
Right. Yeah. The official age 11 is
Yeah,
very
you
scary.
could pass an 8-year-old for 11 pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
She's 11.
Yeah, we bend the
Yeah.
rules a little bit. Everyone
Yeah.
bends the rules.
Oh man, that's terrible. You're like taking like the little daughter out of the home and just like converting her. All right, wife now.
She looks about 11. No, she's 7. Yeah. I mean, 11's horrible. What does it matter? Like,
And then in those,
right.
and I wonder if they do like the trades of goods, like a dowry or whatever.
We,
too.
I wanted to be real high level on this one.
there are kids that believe in Santa Claus over here that are
Just
11.
real high level. At 11, it's negligible, right?
Yeah.
Of course, there's a dowry.
Nigeria.
Jesus.
We're holding it down. Thanks for leaving us back here, Philippines. I thought we were cool.
Yeah.
Making us look like pervs.
Yeah, hey, come on, Philippines. We had a deal.
All right. Let's talk about one of the most joyful things about the new season, and that is a really well manicured and well grown lawn, guys. Spring is here. I think the 20th is the official first day of spring. But if it's anywhere where you are, like it is in New Jersey right now, you're feeling that 60 to 70 degree weather creep up. Ooh, it's just a taste.
My lawn's growing.
Doing the
Yeah.
Merton Hanks over there in Jersey.
Well, look, it could, yeah. You know how you know that it's getting warm? Assholes with motorcycles with loud exhausts start revving up and down your street.
They're back.
We're back.
and the rev of lawnmowers in Texas.
That's true. Anyway, guys, we're so close to feeling that soft grass on our feet. But first, let's get our lawn back, right? Let's talk about our sponsor, Sunday. Yeah, thankfully, Sunday gets your lawn growing and helps to keep it healthy all season long. So you can start now and, have a pretty good lawn now this season. But if you work with Sunday, you're going to have the best lawn on the block moving forward, period. Sunday can help you grow a beautiful lawn without the guesswork or the nasty chemicals. It's really cool. They have custom plans, right, based on your location. They include fertilizer, everything you need to easily care for your lawn, and with ingredients like seaweed, iron, molasses, you can feel good about pets and kids being around your lawn. And that's one other thing to turn your nose up at your neighbor, other than your lawn being better than his, is that you did it without giving anyone cancer years from now.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, just saying.
Or if you're like me, you ordered your Sunday because you have the worst looking lawn by far within like a whole eyesight view. And you feel like
It's
you need
embarrassing.
to do something to better yourself.
You need Sunday's help. Yeah.
It's hard to have
Sunday.
a good dick day when your lawn looks terrible.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to have a good dick day and a great lawn, all you have to do is go to getsunday.com, put in your address. Their lawn analysis tool does the rest. Then they use soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan for your lawn delivered to your door. Just attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose and spray. It's super easy, and it's really satisfying because you know that this particular mixture of fertilizer and good stuff is made for your area. Stuff really works. Right now, Hard Factor listeners get 20% off. So full season plans start at just $129, and you get 20% off at checkout.
On top of that.
If you go to getsunday.com/factor20. So that's getsunday, GETSUNDAY.com/factor20. 20% off your custom plan, getsunday.com/factor20. I mean, for 20% off, $129 for the season for a beautiful lawn that's going to make your neighbor hate you. What more could you ask
Or
for?
love you, in my case.
Well, it's a love-hate. They love you. They hate you because they love you because they can't be you.
Right, that's true. Hey,
'Cause you're
it'll
a
go
leader.
so quickly from love to jealousy immediately, almost immediately.
A lot of emotions going to be running. All right. One last one for you. Guys, we've been talking a lot about bloody feuds recently. Russia versus Ukraine, Mexican soccer fans versus Mexican soccer fans. But my story today might be the biggest and bloodiest of them all. A tale as old as time. I'm, of course, talking about Mailmen versus...
Dogs.
Nope, not dogs. Turkeys.
Sciatica.
Mailman versus Turkey, the original American feud. For the past several months, mailmen and male women in Sacramento, male people in Sacramento, have been battling with wild turkeys who are so aggressive they have been preventing some deliveries from happening completely. They're just not allowing the mail to be delivered. This has been going on since October of last year, guys.
It would stop me in my tracks. Let me tell you.
They're big birds.
Yeah.
It is a big bird, and a big bird can be very intimidating with the sharp beak and the wings and whatnot, and the aggressive
coming at you.
posturing. Yeah.
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 And they have they come, sometimes they come in gangs, as you'll hear. This has been going on since October of last year, but things came to a head last week. Quote, on Monday, one of the mail carriers actually had some kind of a stick or something in his vehicle. And when one of the particularly aggressive male turkeys attacked him, he smacked it and killed it, said Captain Patrick Foy, a spokesman for the department's law enforcement division.
Dinner's on.
That guy went home and took a long look in the mirror, and he said, never again will I look like such a fucking pussy.
What are you talking about? That you feel good after
The day before.
No, I'm saying the day before.
Yeah,
he
the
did
day
it.
before.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was like scared of the turkeys before
Walk with the new attitude.
What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Hey,
like he
those
got
turkeys,
Sunday.
those turkeys probably got the fuck out of there too when he
No.
smacked that one dead.
No. Shockingly, management of the USPS are not backing their frontline fighters in this war on the ground, coming out with this heinous statement that can only lead me to conclude that they are scared of Big Turkey. Quote, we have been working with the Department of Fish and Wildlife to mitigate the issue. This USPS bigwig said. He said, however, this allegation is alarming and, if true, is inexcusable and does not reflect the efforts of our more than 650,000 employees who faithfully serve and deliver for America every day. So he's throwing Stickman under the bus, who's been getting attacked by turkeys for the past 5 months.
Wait a
Mailmen
minute.
stuck together.
Yeah.
This is fucked up.
When did we stop being fucking humans? Like this isn't
You're
someone's
picking
dog or
turkey
cat.
over man?
Well, hopefully the response is
Boss?
this dude posted a picture of himself eating a turkey leg, like flicking him off, like
Yeah,
flicking him off.
I quit type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not exactly having one's back type statement, if you ask me. Who's in charge of the USPS? Who's in charge of the USPS? Is it Ben Franklin?
That's a good point. He
That
loves
sex
turkeys.
addict love turkeys.
He was a turkey apologist. That Ben Frank. You can't trust somebody that loves turkeys that much.
No. Oh, let's make it over the eagle. You want the turkey to be the bird?
Wait,
favorite
Eagle's an option?
is the turkey.
Okay, Ben. Had a few too many. An investigation by California Fish and Wildlife and the local police found that some residents had been feeding the turkeys, quote, copious quantities of food, which had likely contributed to the birds' aggressiveness toward the lack of fear of humans. So the people in this neighborhood in Sacramento are just feeding the bejesus out of these turkeys. It also, quote, probably contributed to the massive size of the turkey in question because it was eating just an unlimited amount of food every day from one particular household, said Captain Patrick Foy. Foy said the turkey that was killed Monday was by far the heaviest he'd ever lifted. He said, I've been around for 25 years, so I kind of know turkeys. I don't know what that even means. I've been around.
So these
about
people,
20, I guess.
so what happened here is this guy got annoyed. I've seen a lot of fat ass.
He said this is the biggest one I've ever seen.
I think what happened here,
Yeah.
this guy came upon a house that was fattening up these turkeys, probably for themselves,
The neighborhood,
and
in
he just
particular,
beat
yeah.
him to it. He beat him to the punch. He killed their fattest Tom.
Well, the investigators also noticed that the USPS workers were not lying and that, in fact, several wild turkeys were attacking the shit out of these USPS drivers. One mailman, they said they saw get attacked by 4 turkeys at once, and they said he was, quote, swinging his mailbag at them frantically, trying to fend them off.
You gotta get a 9-iron. That's a golf club situation.
Is
For sure.
this like when some pussy comes over your house when you have a bunch of dogs and they think they're getting attacked, but really the dogs are saying what's up? You know?
No.
Dude,
Even the
birds
Fish and
are
Wildlife.
annoying. They'll try to fuck with you, and they'll be real aggressive about it. So you gotta let them know who's boss. That's why I think the mail carrier did the right thing when he just smacked it to death.
He's gonna be fine, but his coworkers are in trouble, Will, because they're all over the place, and like maybe in that particular block the turkeys are calmed down, but and Pat, to your point, that after Fish and Wildlife and this Captain Foy from local law enforcement witnessed it, they started recommending that all the USPS drivers start arming themselves with pepper spray and encourage them to start spraying the birds in the eyes. But according to the postal workers, bag swinging, pepper spraying, and even kicking the turkeys hasn't worked. That's why it's gotten to the point where it has, which is murder. Wildlife officials even tried to capture the most aggressive turkey themselves, but failed miserably. The bird got away. To prove it's just male people versus turkeys, I'd like to end the story by reading you these chilling statements from our man Captain Foy out there. He said, "I can't explain it, but the aggressive turkeys do not appear to be worried at all about the residents of this community. I watched it myself. I walked up to the turkeys myself, and they didn't want anything to do with me. But when the mail carrier pulled up, they immediately went on the offensive."
Have you ever seen like these videos though?
They're
Are
in
the
war.
funniest
Yeah.
fucking videos on YouTube. Watching a mail carrier, someone get attacked by a goose or a turkey. I mean, they are.
I mean, I hate to say it, but they
Send
got to
them
take
in.
out. They got to
Yeah.
take out all these turkeys now. I mean,
Is this
you don't
like a
tell
scenario-
the big bosses about it. Obviously, Washington D.C. is a little out of touch. They can stay out of it. The
USPS doesn't even
Sacramento
have these
Department-
these guys and gals backs. They're just getting
Yeah.
pecked by turkeys all
Let
day.
the Sacramento department take care of this. Don't tell anybody. Just you
Yeah.
got to roll in there and take out the whole flock.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be eating good.
Is it like one of these scenarios where someone was like, I want to have chickens, right? But it was turkeys, and then it got like, is someone responsible for them, or they're straight wild?
No, I think they're probably wild.
Someone that
turkeys.
hates the postal service has been training generations of turkeys
No,
to
it's like wild
attack
turkeys.
white box cars.
These populations, you just get these wild animals and then people feed them and they become like the neighborhood population. So this neighborhood just has like a big flock.
But
of
why are they
turkeys.
only after the mail carriers?
I'm telling you, this guy's got a
'Cause
YouTube
they-
channel somewhere where he's making a lot of money filming these mail carriers get attacked by these turkeys.
Yeah, you think it's some guy that had a bunch of turkeys in his
How many
backyard,
videos
and he
are
put
there,
up like
Ryan?
he put up like a
Dude.
cardboard of like a mail person and like put food all over that cardboard so the turkeys would peck the mail person.
Yeah,
then it was
just type
training.
in mailman attacked
Yeah.
by turkey, and
Oh yeah,
you'll
turkey
find
versus
some.
mailman.
yeah,
There's
I mean,
hours
it's
of entertainment
it's
to be
constant.
had.
Oh, it's year over year too.
oh
I
yeah,
I mean, it's just nonstop. It's never.
they're
It's never.
incredible videos.
It's real bad in Sacramento right now.
2009, 2015, 2019, like 15.
See, this is a
instances in
tales of its time.
2019.
Like I said, this is the real
Wow.
feud. It's not dog. It's not
Yeah.
dog versus mailman. It's turkey. So there you go. That's
Yeah,
gonna do it for
it's
Hard
just 'cause
Factor. I
There,
think.
and also because there's so many fucking turkeys in America, I think that's it. People just they feed them and then they attack the mailman.
I don't know, man. It's rough. We got to bring up the wheel and do the jobs, but that is rough stuff for mail carriers out in Sacramento.
yeah, watch.
I got to
yourself
do a
some-
little bit of investigation. I got to get over to see the Bears at Tahoe and the turkeys now in Sacramento.
You'll be safe with at least the turkeys as long as you're not in a USPS outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cup of coffee in the big time.
Birthday boy.
Called his own number.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's your first coffee at the age of 40 tomorrow.
All right, yeah. All right, and TikTok. Looks
So Pat-
like a Pat.
Pat back reassuming the TikTok throne.
See you out there.
Beautiful. All right, well, that's it. I mean, that's it. Happy birthday to Wes. Happy 40th. It's a huge one for our boy. Send him some wishes today. And after you send Wes some birthday wishes, have yourself a great fucking day.